show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up on the broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no, I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher. Higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher. Higher. Oh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher.
Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's Be Essery. I am your host, Molly Clyber. Let me put my little thingy up. There you go. And on today, we will be discussing the situation that happened in Houston, Texas over the weekend. A concert that went, I would say, a little awry, but that's really an understatement. It was a deadly concert. So let's just go straight into what happened.
Overnight, chaos at a music festival in Houston turned deadly. Police say a crowd surge left hundreds injured, at least 17 hospitalized, and 8 people dead.
The crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, okay? And that caused some panic.
According to police, of the 17 people hospitalized, 11 were in cardiac arrest.
We were definitely getting pushed very aggressively, and it was intense.
The incident took place at the 3rd annual AstroWorld Festival, headlined by Houston native Travis Scott. A live stream of the event showing Scott stopping his 75-minute performance several times when he spotted fans in distress in the crowd.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
We were seeing people getting pulled out of the crowd, and we would see some of these people unconscious.
Authorities setting up a reunification center for families at a nearby hotel and still trying to identify victims, some as young as 10 years old.
So this was a Travis Scott concert that he does every year. Of course, he didn't do it last year because of the pandemic. So to give you a little more background other than what you just seen, the concert, for some reason, when the concert started with him, Travis Scott being on stage, people started rushing to the front, rushing so much to the front that they was crushing people who were already in the front. And there was a lot of, 8 casualties, as you heard, and a lot more incidents. A lot more people getting hurt. The majority of them being cardiac arrest. And I have some videos of people who were there at the concert, but the majority of the thing that people were saying was they couldn't breathe and that people were just passing out. There's a video on here, and you know my show. I'm not going to show graphic videos. But there are videos of people who are literally having seizures in the middle of the concert. Now, one thing I'm sorry to say that we live in a society where you'd rather videotape somebody having a seizure than actually help the person. But that's beyond the scope of what I want to get into. The fact that this was a dangerous situation. So I want to put a timeline together on particularly what happened. I have my own opinion of what happened, but you should know that my opinion is one, not fact, and two, could be completely wrong, which is why I do this show. I voice my opinion, I show my homework towards that opinion, and I get the opinions from others to see if it's valid. Hey, Marlon, you sound like crap. Hey, Marlon, I never thought of that, and so on and so forth. Um, yeah, and I keep forgetting to do this. Yes, Antonio, it is. It really was. And thank you for watching. While I have y'all, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Please do not forget to hit that like button. It really, truly will help me out. But I don't want to waste any more time on this. So we're gonna go to a group of guys who was at the concert when the whole incident occurred. I want to show this video because of what the last thing one of the guys said, which is, as Antonio said, as Chico said, is the most heartbreaking thing I've heard.
Ended up safe at the last minute.
Joe, what time did y'all? We have two people who were at that concert last night, and they can tell us what they witnessed. Timothy Perez and Joseph Gonzalez, both joining us now. So, Timothy, I'll start with you. When did you realize something was wrong?
Honestly, I started realizing it when when SZA's concert was over with, everybody started heading towards our stage. And as soon as the music started jumping, that's when everybody just started pushing in, and everybody was just so squeezing into us, we couldn't even move. We were like this the whole time. You literally, when you would move, you couldn't move, like I mentioned, and you just really felt like a frozen. You were just frozen. You just stood there.
And Joe, what did you see? What did you do? What did you see happening around you? And where exactly were y'all in the crowd as compared to the stage?
As far as the stage, we're at the very front. Not the very front, but we held the rail. And like you said, as soon as the concert started, the concert goers, they just pushed. And from what we seen, we actually experienced, we couldn't breathe. And we had security at the rail. And for whatever reason, they were not helping us at all. They were uncooperative. They didn't want to pull nobody out.
Did you say something to security? Did you say, I'm being squeezed, people are pushing, what's going on, I need help? Did you say something to security at that point, Joe?
We had a whole section screaming, help, help, and nobody was doing nothing. They, like I said, for whatever reason, they didn't want to help. And I don't know if it was because they were streaming live or whatever the case was, but there was passed out bodies just being held up because it was so compact, and like the deaths there were deaths right in front of us, and they weren't helping at all.
I'm sorry, did you say what was in front of you?
Like dead bodies in front of us.
There were dead bodies in front of them. That's exactly what the guy said. It was dead bodies in front of them. The fact that you would go to a concert to enjoy yourself after a pandemic, and I get all of this, and this is what happened. It was so packed. It was so packed to the gills that not only were people passing out, people were being trampled on, and people dying. And those dead bodies were still there. They're still looking at this point in time, and I tried to look up and see if there was an update on this before I went on air tonight to see if anything changed. There are people who are either dead or in the hospital who has yet to be identified. That's how packed it is. That's how chaotic this situation was. So my next question was, were there any warning signs of something like this occurring?
Ended up safe at the last minute.
Joe, what time did y'all get to the concert? And what was happening? Was everything calm when you got there? What'd you see?
we ended up getting there pretty early, around 6, 7 a.m. And around 9 o'clock, that's when they had a COVID check, and people rushed past that. When the gates opened around 10 o'clock, it was kind of hectic. People wanted, merchandise, and it was pretty calm throughout the day. And then as soon as 9 o'clock hit, that's when everybody just pushed forward, and like I said, it got real compact. That's when everything happened.
So there's my first warning sign right there. They try to do a COVID check, they try to do a temperature check, and people was just pushing through that too. So that to me would say that should be the first sign of there's about to be some ish about to happen here, and we may need to rethink how we're doing security around here if they're not even taking the time to do temperature check, COVID check, whatever the case may be. They're pushing through that. And when I do mean they're pushing through, this is a tell of what really I feel occurred. There were two groups of people. There were a group of people who paid their ticket, they sold out and everything else, and there was people at the concert. However, with evidence and with video, there was a second group of people that just said, F it, we're going to run through, push the gate down, push the fence down. They can't stop us all, and we're going to go to the concert. And that's what overloaded the event. Sorry. Hey, Tracy. So security is at fault. Mickey, keep that thought in mind. I am coming on to that in a few minutes. So here is the second group, just in case, just to put some clarity into it. Here's the second group of people.
And this video, captured during the day on Friday, shows hundreds of people rushing checkpoints and destroying security property at the entrance.
So that's your second group. That is your second group of people who just flat bum rushed the whole thing. Didn't pay any tickets, so you could get a real count of how many people were coming. They just bum rushed the place. And that's what overloaded the place. That's what overloaded how many people should be in that venue, that concert. I can't remember what it was, but that venue hold a certain amount of people, and a lot more people actually showed up. And the majority of the people that showed, I ain't gonna say the majority, an abundance amount of people that showed up wasn't supposed to be there. So here's my next question. Well, did Travis Scott do anything? Can he see what was going on? Did he try to intervene? Did he try to do anything? Did he stop the concert? Something like that. What did Travis Scott himself do?
Timothy, did Travis Scott stop performing as soon as people started running and crushing the stage?
Yes, he did stop at a point. He made sure the crowd was okay and everything. But then after that, he just started going back at it. And then more unconscious bodies happened, and we were just trying to fight for our way out.
So you did see in the first video that he did, yo, stop, help that person right there, yo, stop that person right there, yo. But you also heard what the guy said. He would stop, hey, help this guy, help that lady, help those people right there, and then continue on with the concert. That in itself right there is a catch-22 of moral thinking. Instant moral will be, I'm stopping the concert. There are people being hurt out there. I'm not going to continue until we get this crap taken care of. I don't want anybody being hurt at my concert. However, that concert is one of those situations where you call the concert, you don't get paid. You are in breach of contract because you did not live up to the contract by finishing the concert. That I'm going to leave it up to y'all to decide. Me personally, screw the money. I'm stopping the concert. Ain't nobody dying on my watch. But I'm not Travis Scott. And I don't want anybody else to think that way, because we're hindsight 2020 right now at this point. You got to remember, we're comfortably in our homes looking at a black man on a video talk about the story and have plenty of time to think about what we should, would, and could have done. At that certain point, there was a lot of situations going on, a lot of things going on at the same time. So the next situation is, let's get rid of some rumors. And we live in an internet thing where we can start a rumor like that, we can start innuendo like that, we can start conspiracy theories, with which was a conspiracy out there from, I want to say it was QAnon, I'm not sure, that said that was a sacrifice. So let's get that out of the way. No, it wasn't. But one of the conspiracy theories that was out there was that there was somebody actually running through the group, taking needles with some substance in it and pricking people in the neck. Was that true?
One of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one.
So, yeah. There's somebody going out there. You got to keep in mind, this is how sick some society really is. Sorry, not sorry, but yeah, there are some people out there that's just sick as AF. There's somebody that's going around injecting drugs into people's necks during a concert, during chaos. Sorry, not sorry, but that's exactly what's going on right now. There's a guy walking around during the chaos, people getting stoned, people getting stamped on, people dying, people passing out, having seizures and everything else. And this genius has decided, hey, I'm going to take a hypodermic needle and walk around and just start poking people in the neck. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get you no, I'm actually doing it now. I know nothing about this, so I'm just asking the question, not blaming. When hundreds crushed through, this security called for help. Well, here is the next video. Were there enough security?
I want to go over a few things. Last night I put out some numbers in terms of security, police officers and private security. I gave the number of 367 police officers. That number was the number that we had assigned for the evening shift. We actually had 528 because we held over day shift officers. Live Nation has just reported to us that they had 755 security officers. A lot of security out there. But as everyone is saying, we leave no stones unturned.
By my count, that's over 1,300. It was over 1,300 security. Now, Mickey, why I did want to answer your question is because I wanted to get that video out. And I'm going to answer the question by what I saw. Let me show you this one more time.
And this video, captured during the day on Friday, shows hundreds of people rushing checkpoints and destroying security property at the entrance.
what I saw is a different video than that. I really wish I could find the original video of it because somebody was taking a snapshot from inside the gate and for a longer period of time. So I'm just going to tell you what I saw. And what I saw was not much security at all. As a matter of fact, you see the horseback riders, the police on horseback that came. That was maybe in the video, couldn't jump and everything. So I can't give a real timeline. But I can say they wasn't there at the beginning. At the very beginning, I can literally count maybe 3 security guards that was at that gate. And the most they was pretty much doing to those kids was either bumping into them or tripping them or whatever. And all that did was they would get right back up, dust themselves off, and kept going in. Now, not only that, on the rest of the video, you did see a third guy come, and he did have a couple of guys. But as I was saying, it was the equivalent of when I watched the video of these people running through. It was like 100 would run through, and you would catch one, and then 100 more would run through, and you'll catch 1 or 2. But then another 120 would run through, and you'll catch another one. If there was security, I did not see it in the video that I saw. And the video and the security that was there wasn't very useful. Sorry, but not sorry. There literally was a security guard that all he was really doing was bumping into the people. He would bump a guy over, he'll bump a girl over, everything else. Or one lady security guard was just literally. It's funny, but it's not funny. She would be sitting on the side, and if somebody just happened to come close to her, all she did was stick her foot out and triple. That was the means of security at that gate. Now the police officers did show up, and they was on horseback and everything else, but that wasn't effective either. The number overwhelmed the security that was at that gate. And like I said, in my thought process, if there was more people in that venue that venue could hold, I don't know what to say about the security there. The security did not do what they were supposed to do. And what one of the guys in the first video said was, he's asking the security guard, look, we got to get out of here. I don't feel safe. We got to get out of here. And he was relatively ignored. So to have 1,300, if you say it was 1,300, so be it. Security guard and police combined, 1,300. If you said it was 1,300 security there at the venue, but this situation still occurred, then my question, Mickey, would be, okay, how effective was the security if this still happened? Because literally speaking, and then this is a society that we have, literally speaking, you had a group of people somewhere in the background, somewhere saying, hey, you know what? We're going to bum rush and we're going to knock this gate down because they can't stop us all. And they were right. The whole situation was wrong. I get that. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do. I don't condone it at all. But in their thinking process, they was absolutely correct. You could not stop them all. They was tearing down the gate. They was crawling over the walls. And like I said at the beginning, your sign that something was going to go wrong, again, in my opinion, was you're rushing through COVID check. I mean, how long does it take to take a temperature? I took a temperature last night at my at my brother in Christ, Chico's concert, comedy concert. 10 seconds, I think. 5 seconds. They was rushing through that. If there was security there, if one, Was security there? 2, if security was at the number that you said it was, how effective was you? I don't know. I don't see you being very effective at all. Hey, Jenny. So that's what I'm saying, Mickey. I'm so conflicted on this. Did you already mention the Mr. Yes, I did, Jenny. I'm sorry. I tell you what, you just coming in. It's a real short video. Hold on 1 second. I'll play it again for you.
Tell you, one of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one.
So that rumor was not a rumor. Just to just kill that as being, oh, I heard. No, that really happened. There is a monster out there. That's the greatest term that I can give it out there. Like I said, there are people being trampled. There are people that are passing out. People who have lost their lives during this concert. And this maniac is going around sticking people with needles. We don't even know what was in the needle, but apparently whatever was in the needle was enough to knock you out. I'm pretty sure that person knows what was in there, but I'm pretty sure he knew what the effect of. So I don't know if this was for S and giggles. Probably so. Just another sign of lack of care of so many now, no matter the issue. Privilege, entitlement, no concern for all of the above, and you can also put in the concept of the rules don't apply to me. Because like I said, somewhere along the lines, and this ain't even a hyperbole when I say this, because it's gonna sound like, okay, come on, Molly. No group of people got together and decided, we're gonna run. Yeah, I really think there was a group of people who literally said, you know what? They can't stop us all from crashing through here. I'm gonna crash through here. They may get a few of us. Sorry for y'all. But for the hundreds of thousands of us, don't know the real count, but it was a lot. But for the rest of us, we're going to get to see a free concert. It overwhelmed the venue. And Jenny, what I was saying at the beginning is there were 2 groups of people at that venue that overwhelmed the venue. The one group that paid tickets, you pay your tickets so you can get a count. That's how you do sellouts. We have a certain amount of tickets that we can sell because this is as amount of people that we can have in the venue to keep you and everybody safe. That's the first group. The second group was the group of people that just decided that, hey, the rules don't apply.
And this video, captured during the day on Friday, shows hundreds of people rushing checkpoints and destroying security property at the entrance.
There's your second group of people who just decided the rules don't apply to me. You can't stop me. What are you gonna do? And I do have one little pushback, but not really, Mickey, on the lack of caring. I don't think these people rushed through with the intent of there was going to be some crap that was going to go on. The people that was pushing and knew they was pushing, Yeah, I think that was a whole bunch of lack of caring. I think that was a whole bunch of whatever. Whatever happens, happens. I get to see a free concert. Those group of people right there, those are the group of people that was like, the rules just doesn't apply to me. Ha ha, I'm gonna go to school or college or what or work the next day and just tell them, huh, I got to see a free concert that nobody got to see last year because of the COVID thing that's real / not real. And this what occurred. The amount of people that was at that venue was too overwhelming. Even worse, they rejected drugs. Imagine if it was an empty cylinder here injected with air. Yeah. Mickey, whoever this person was, quite not. Now, you want to talk about a lack of caring? This dude was a lack of caring. We have no idea what was in there. It could have been anything. And by the way, to be totally honest with you, we don't know if it was just air. All we got was it was a pen stick. This guy was just walking around one day during this chaos and decided, hey, I'm just gonna prick a whole bunch of people. we live in this world, Mafia. We really just live in this world now where going to a concert is just not safe anymore. While I have y'all here, please do not forget to hit that like button. Please do not forget to hit that like button. It will really help this thing out while I go to the next comments. Please do not forget to hit that like button. Please do not forget to share this with anybody that you deem could get information from this. That's my job to get as my whole concept of doing this is to try to get as much logical information out of my wife even talked about that. You too logical. I don't even know if it was an insult or not, but yeah, I am too logical. I live in an illogical world. But what I'm not going to do is try to push a narrative for the likes and tweets and whatever. So please do not forget to hit that like button. Please do not forget to share with as many people. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I come on twice a week. Maybe I'm your cup of tea, maybe I'm not. But if I am, hit that subscribe button. Help a brother out. This world is so scary right now. It is. Oh, it is. It is. Hey, folks, Mafia, whatever. Hey, Susan, how are you? Folks, Mafia, potato. What's wrong with people? Because we live in a society where nobody's checked anymore. Basically, that's pretty much what it is. Oh my God, Jenny, I have no idea what you said. Oh my God, too. I'm pretty sure whatever video I showed covers it, because this whole situation is a oh my God moment. All of it. So yeah, we just live in a society where we have this concert actually shows a wide range of what's going on in this country right now. You do have privilege going on. Mickey, I'm not taking that away from what you said. There was a privilege going on for real. For you to just thought, hey, the rules don't apply to me. And maybe it don't if you don't punish, if you break the rules to begin with. You're absolutely right. I put a story up, and I'm just going to backtrack on, but I'm just showing you what I mean by privilege was the lady who was in the insurrection who said, I'm not going to be jailed because I'm blonde and I'm white and everything else. I'm not going to be jailed. and everybody jumped up and hee ha ha, she's going to jail. Hey, ha ha, how's that privilege going for you? Hey, it's doing damn well for all you got with 60 days. Now we could joke and say, hey, you was wrong, you are going to prison, but yeah, your privilege only got you 60 days in jail, in prison. Sorry, not jail. Your white privilege did kick it in effect because all you got was 60 days. And to be honest with you, I really think she just got the 60 days because some judge said, wait a minute, hold on. You ain't going to make a joke out of me. I am going to send you the privilege. But you are a white woman with blonde hair, so I'm only going to give you 60 days. So I'm going to save face. I'm going to save my race, but I'm going to save face. No different than this right here. With a group of people that really decided, hey, some of us is going to get caught when we bum rush this gate to get into the concert for free. So sorry for you. Make the sacrifice. Because the rest of us is going to bum rush and we're going to get in here. We're going to get a free concert out of this. The other thing is you have to weigh the pros and cons of the actions of Travis Scott. Was he right to continue on with the concert on the understanding that, hey, you could be sued or not get paid because you didn't finish the concert? Now, you make the muster out of the promoters. That's equivalent because they can have every right to say, hey, dude, I'm not going to pay you. You didn't finish the concert. But the whole deal was he even right to even finish? Because the best he did do something. The best he did was say, hey, I'm going to stop. Y'all need to help these people. Okay, let's continue. That was his actions. Was he right? Let me know. Was he right? If she wasn't going to go to jail because she's blonde, then since she went, must be her hair isn't naturally blonde. If you literally have to go out of your way to say, hey, I'm blonde and you're probably right. What's up, dude? Do you believe in numbers and letters and numerology? No. I believe in facts and figures, and if mathematics can prove it, yes. Numerology, not so much. My tablet hates my new keyboards. Okay. Wow. I don't know what's going on over there, Susan. What's going on over there? He could have stopped the concert until things were under control, then continue. I agree. I agree to this point, Mickey. So I'm throwing the question out to you. To what extent? Because would you have stopped the concert in the try to find a way of saying this? Would you have stopped the concert in the thought that you may have to stop, period? That's my question to you. Would you have taken the chance of stopping the concert knowing that, hey, it may take some hours to get this under control? Now we're going into late night. How long would you to stop the concert? All right, Quasi. Look it up. Jim Travis Scott equals 58. AstroWorld is 58 minutes long. The news coverage in it is 11:06. So 17 in year 2006 was equivalent to 58. And I have to ask this question. What does that mean? I'm not trying to be funny when I ask this. What exactly does that mean that numbers equate to numbers? All right. This is racist, as we as black people need to support Travis. If you think he's wrong, you're a part of the racist movement. This has absolutely, positively nothing to do with race. If this has something to do with race, they try to explain to the black people who died in this concert too, or who was hospitalized. And ask those same people, do you support Travis Scott? I'm not blaming Travis Scott on anything because, like I said at the beginning, I don't know what direction I would have gone because I don't know because I'm looking, we're all sitting in our comfortable home looking at this, the aftermath after getting more information, and we're comfortably can sit here and go, hey, I would have done this, I should have done that, he should have done that. Everybody has the ability to do that. The aftermath. It's the equivalent of looking at football and going, hey, you shouldn't have thrown that pass. Hey, we know that now after the pass was thrown. But, dude, this is not a racist situation. This is not taking up or putting down Travis Scott one way or the other. This is a dangerous situation that only thing I even asked was, should Travis Scott has finished the concert? The tragedy itself, however, had nothing to do with Travis Scott. Travis Scott did not go out into the parking lot and tell those people, hey, group together and lambast the crap out of the freaking gate so we can get free concert. That's not a Travis Scott situation. Travis Scott had nothing to do with that. Travis Scott had nothing to do with the security either. All 1,300 of security that was there, who, like I said, and maybe you didn't see me at the beginning when I said this, was I said there was supposed to be 1,300 security of some type, either from the concert venue itself or the police, was a total of over 1,300. If they are telling the truth, then the best thing that I can literally say was you were totally incapable of handling this. Because there's videos of the guy, and I hate for the people that's coming in late. First of all, welcome. Second of all, there was a video that I showed where the two guys that was being interviewed was saying that, talking to the security guards, and they were saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable, I need to get out of this. And they was basically ignored. Like, okay, whatever. I don't know what to tell you. So even if there was 1,300 security guards, how effective were you? Were you helping these people? You may have been helping the people, not enough. Just take it as a grain of salt. Some people just say, no, you're crazy. Oh, Quasi, welcome. Also, I'm not that person. Whatever you believe in, numerology, whatever, no. We have had enough of calling people who are totally different from what we do and everything else crazy or ignorant or everything else. As long as whatever it is that you believe in is not really truly hurting somebody, knock yourself out. Have fun with it. My question, it was about just only my question was, what did one have to do with the other, the numbers and reality? This is racist. As sad as a black man, you can't see that you need to educate a little more. Again, if you was at the beginning of this show, instead of jumping in at the middle and taking a few sentences out of my mouth, you really wouldn't be saying that. Or are you the person that sees me as a black man, you see something else that's going on as a black man and figure that we all have to defend every black person on the face of the planet? If that's the case, I got a couple of people in Washington that I need you to talk to who's also black and see if you agree with them too. Simply because they're black. But I am going to be on the assumption that you did not watch my show from the beginning. I would ask you to kindly look at the beginning and look at the case that I have laid out, and you will realize I never said he did anything wrong to begin with. I just asked questions. Also, I'm not the show for you if you really think I'm just going to defend anybody because of the color of their skin. That's not this show, bro. It just not. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Police brutality is done by the black community as well as the white community of law enforcement. So, no, I'm not going to defend anybody because of the color of your skin. You can beat it. This is not that show. But again, I would say you're coming in at the deep end and you heard a little bit of it and you're putting the whole concept on a couple of sentences. I would suggest that you watch the whole show before you make that statement. It's just history repeating itself, and they have an agenda to run without saying, hey, we're going to be doing some sacrifices to run our agenda. I don't know who they are. Concert could have been stopped by civil opposition foes, non-military soldiers here as soon as the gates was rushed. That, Susan, you also came in at the last second, but that was something that I said at the beginning of the show too, was one of the things that the guys who was interviewed was saying, what time did you get to the concert? Surprisingly enough, it helped me out if I mess it up. Did that dude say they was there by 6:30? Ain't nobody I'm watching from 6:30. Ain't nobody, I'm not going to no venue, I'm not, whatever. But Susan, what he said was he got there at 6:30. There was whatever, and people was rushing through the COVID check. That they couldn't stand the 10 seconds it takes to sit there and take a temperature check or a COVID check or whatever the check was. They was rushing through there. And I already showed you the video of them bum rushing the gates or anything like that. So there were signs that something could happen. There were signs. I don't even want to try to imagine the terror of people. Becky, you're talking about a group of people. There were dead people lying in front of me. I don't know how bad society has gotten. I haven't been to a concert in a long time. I can guarantee you that ain't never been one of the things that I look forward to going to a concert of any kind. Going to a concert, going to a sporting event, whatever have you. That one, I hope that I don't get crushed. Two, I hope I don't pass out. Or three, I hope I don't die. And if I happen to be one of the blessed ones that stay alive, four, I'm not looking around seeing dead people around me. Never thought of waking up to go see something like this in my life. Yes, that's terror. Excuse me, still getting over sickness. But yeah, that is that's some ish that's gonna be in some people's thoughts for a long period of time. And like I said, just to put it in another perspective is there are still people who are dead or in the hospital who haven't been identified yet. Or at the very least, I haven't got a report of them being identified yet. And I tried to look as late as I possibly can before I went on air so I can give the correct information. But there are people who are dead or in the hospital right now who still have not been identified. It's a sad state of affairs. So, we are going to take a break. I not going to get into that one. Well, first of all, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come right back to Kim's videos of the week. I would ask, please do not forget to hit that like button. I'm not going to tell you the number of people that are watching. I can say this is the most numbers I've ever had. And I thank every last one of you. I'm not naive that I know that some of the things that come out of my mouth, not everybody is going to like. For whatever reason it is. Maybe I'm not flamboyant. Or maybe I'm not just going to burst out of the seams and make a good thing and say whatever I want to say and everything else. That's fine. And by the way, code ASF, that's not actually like that name. Code ASF, I just want you to know that I'm not that person. I don't blindly follow or agree with something because of the color of their skin. And the reason being is because we have proof on the other end of how dangerous that actually is. We have a group of people who have lost their ever loving mind because their savior is white. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and call them out and then turn around and do it myself. Nah, that ain't how this works. If we're going to come together and actually start getting rid of these hypocrites, these liars, these deceitful little individuals, you can't stoop to their level and just call everything racist and homophobic and xenophobic and everything else up because they're our race. No. And once again, if I'm not your show, cool. We can leave civilized. No problem at all. If I am your type of show, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm on every platform. But once again, like I said, the most people I've ever had who knew it had to go through a tragedy to get that. Some are killed, many hospitalized. We'll never know the number of those who are uninjured, who die has PTSD. Yeah, they're going to have it. Those two boys that had the interview is going to have it. There is absolutely positively no way in the world that you ain't going to feel some type of way that the only thing that you wanted to do was go to a concert after missing a full year of not ever going to a concert, and your end result was dead bodies and people passed out around you. And being lucky that you're not one of the two. I was just comparing what happened in Denmark to the situation I said it should have been there. Oh, I understand completely. I really do. I'm not saying one way or the other. I really do. And it's still, Susan, to me, it still boiled down to, what was the 1,300 person security? Over 1,300 person security. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to be back with Kim's videos of the week. Couple of them is Radical Truth to Power Speed, so not all of them is going to be S and giggles and everything else. It is by speed. Remember, in case anybody don't remember what I said, I am now completely splitting up Radical Truth to Power and Saturday Night Vibe. Saturday Night Vibe is going to be more lighthearted and more social. Radical Truth to Power is going to be right back to its original form of being in your face information, unapologetic, the way I intended it to be to begin with. So, yeah, some of the videos is going to be in your face, and we're going to have to discuss it. So, we are going to take a short break. We will be right back. See you later.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, finally, I wanna be free, finally, finally, I always stay dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, finally, finally. Higher to a bird, you, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally, finally.
Welcome back. Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's Be Essery. We are going to jump right into it. First of all, again, I would like for you to like, share, subscribe. Please do not forget to hit that like button. And the one thing that I really keep forgetting to say, do not forget to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. For some reason, it's supposed to tell you, YouTube is supposed to tell you when I have a show on, when it's coming up, and the date it is coming on. I'm not. I went behind the lines and showed that it was not showing. I put a thumbnail up on every show way ahead of time that I'm going to be on, and I guarantee you, if I put it up Wednesday, it doesn't show up until Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. So let's try the notification bell. Let's see if that helps. Also, forgive me for the coughing and everything. I've had a week of bronchitis, and I'm right now getting over it a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, that's my little update. Let's get into it. Foxy's videos of the week. I gotta find him again. I don't know if he got mad at me and left me. Code ASF. Are you still here? If you are, just say something. I'm just curious if you're still here. If not, I understand. But this video is my point, or what I was making about just following somebody because of the color of their skin. So if you're here, say something. If you're not here, thank you for stopping by. But this is proof of what I say by please do not be following somebody because of the color of their skin.
So this is Colonel Allen West. And Colonel Allen West is the former GOP state chair in the state of Texas. And he is currently seeking the GOP nomination for governor of the state of Texas. Now keep in mind, this Rocket Raccoon has bashed the Black Lives Matter movement and considers them the overseers of the Democratic economic plantation. And this is Angela West. And she is the wife of Colonel Allen West. And she was recently pulled over by police while traveling with her grandson in the car. And I guess they didn't know she was Colonel West's wife. Let's take a listen to what Colonel West had to say about the incident and what transpired.
Hey, greetings everyone. This is Lieutenant Colonel Allen West, and I got to tell you, I'm highly pissed off right now. It's a little bit about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was down in Waco, Texas, having dinner with Ted Nugent and some other people, and I got back to Dallas to find out that someone had arrested my wife Angela when she had my grandson Jackson in the back seat of the car and charged her with quote-unquote suspected DUI. And now I'm down here at the Dallas County Jail. They won't allow me to see Angela. They're saying that there's nothing I can do. They will not allow me to see a supervisor. Angela, and I've talked to people that had dinner with her at PF Chang's here in Dallas, she had water and lemonade. But the thing that upsets me the most is that they took my wife, arrested her, and brought her in jail, and left my grandson with 2 Dallas police officers. Luckily, they were able to get in contact with our youngest daughter, Austin, who was able to go and pick up Jackson from 2 police officers on the side of the road. This is crap. Now, I support the Thin Blue Line, but this is insidious. They put my grandson at risk, at jeopardy, left him with a couple of police officers, and carted his grandmother into jail when she had water and lemonade. That's what witnesses said. They were with her at dinner, water and lemonade for dinner. I'm beyond livid, and I'm telling you something. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office, the Dallas Police Chief, I want an explanation of this. I want to know who arrested my wife for quote-unquote suspected DUI when she had water and lemonade and her breathalyzer test came up negative. I am pissed.
Yeah, Colonel, you may support the Thin Blue Line, but the actions of those police officers towards you while you were checking into your wife's situation showed you that the Thin Blue Line does not support you. See, when they pulled over your wife like they did Sandra Bland, and I'm hoping for a different outcome than that, they didn't see your service. They didn't see the fact that you were running for governor on the Republican Party. They didn't see your wealth. They saw a black woman behind the wheel of a car. Now, those overseers you talk about, we have a location in Dallas.
So right there has proven a point that we've been saying for the longest time for the black community who support um, the thin blue line, Republican narrative, things like that. I would hate to keep constantly using karma is a bitch. It ain't karma as a bitch. You're black. Somewhere along the lines, whether you wanted to or don't want it to, you're going to be seen as just that. If this woman and all the information was correct, she ain't drunk, ain't nothing wrong, she didn't do anything wrong, she was pulled over by police officers and railroaded into being evicted and put in jail. They left the grandson on the side of the road with two cops, the same two cops that just arrested their grandmother, by the way, and somebody had to come and get the grandson, and she's thrown in jail. You come down there to get her, to find out the information, to try to figure out what's going on and everything else. They won't even let you see your wife and everything else. As heartbreaking as that is, you're not a new story. That has happened many other times. Many. That you, sir, has ignored by being, maybe you should have did what they asked you to do. Maybe you shouldn't resist. Maybe you should follow orders. None of this stuff is brand new. None of this. None of what happened to you, sir, is different for any other black person walking the face of this planet. Any Asian walking the face of this planet, or in this country, I should say. Sorry, not planet. Any indigenous people that's walking in this country. Your story is not unique. You just think it's unique because it's you. And it has nothing to do with you actually coming out and going, gee, maybe the black community was correct all along. You're mostly thinking, gee, how could they do this to a lieutenant colonel who's running for governor of Texas? Take it away from race, put it on yourself. Your story is not unique in this country. Never has been, and until we actually start doing something, never will be. It's not unique. It's not different. Nothing's changed. You just got caught up on something that we pretty darn well sure have been telling you what's been going on for a long time, and you called us, I can't even remember what the guy said, but trust me, it ain't nice. That's what Black Lives really mean. In its core, that's what it's really truly saying. That we matter as well. You don't want to see it? Cool beans. The old saying goes, do you boo-boo. But you cry, coming online and crying and heads are going to roll and I need to find out what's going on and everything. Okay. They treated you just like they treated everybody else. And when you walk through that door, I guarantee you nobody saw Lieutenant Colonel. They saw a black man walking in trying to save his black wife. And it doesn't matter. Not going to affect this policy decision at all. At all. Because he's going to pretend that this was an isolated incident. He is going to treat this as a police situation that shouldn't occur, period. You understand what I'm saying? Period. As in, it shouldn't occur to anybody. Not trying to put the narrative as it shouldn't happen to the black community just as much as it shouldn't happen to the white community. It shouldn't happen at all. Because he thinks this is an isolated incident that we need to weed out the bad apples, so to speak, so this doesn't happen to everybody, so everybody will be treated equally. We're not being treated equally. But I'm pretty sure he knows that. And at some certain point, a lot of these black conservatives actually think that they are above and beyond actually being treated as if they're black until they're treated black. Yep. Welcome to the real world. Nothing's changed. Nothing's really changed. Listen, and by the way, the funny thing about it, I try to look this up somewhere. It's not even a widespread story. It got a couple of blips here and there, and a couple of jokey jokes and everything. Ha ha! Look at the wife. She was driving drunk and all this other stuff. We don't know if she was driving drunk at all. At this point in time, didn't really matter. Didn't matter. You was a black woman driving roadside of town. I smell weed. I smell alcohol. You were swerving a little bit. Whatever you want to use. It all started with what I just said. You a black woman behind the wheel of a car. He'll find a way to play the black community. I would love for him to figure out how he gonna put this on the black community. But then again, I'm logical. So my thought is, how you logically gonna put this on the black community? And I work in an illogical world where it don't have to be logical. You just have to say it. So yeah, I probably agree with you. He'll find a way. Such righteous indignation. And here's a gonna roll, and I need to find out, and they won't let me see my wife. Yeah. What did you say? What did you say, Susan? Yeah. Welcome to the real world. That's his speed, isn't it, Tracy? From what I've heard, anyway. Yeah. I'm not sitting here and think that in my heart of hearts, every black conservative is wrong. There are black conservatives who have this indignation that, you do the right thing and everything else, and fiscal responsibilities and small government and everything else. I'm not putting this all on them. What I will say is, all the black conservatives that have the issue with the black community because they ain't agreeing with you, I have an issue with you. If you can sit there and be a black conservative because you believe in black conservative values, the real conservative values, not this slave and go back to your homeland and all this other stuff, and everything that we say is a lie, and we lazy, and we don't want to work, and everything else, and we want handouts and all this other stuff. Yeah, y'all can miss me. Y'all can miss me. Because the funny thing about it is, and this is what I say, this is how twisted their mind would be. If I was going to be an a-hole about it, which all of y'all know that I am an a-hole, this was not a cry for, oh, you screwed my wife over, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get to the bottom of this and everything else. This was more of, let me get in front of this story before it gets out to the public so I can look like I'm so outraged and angry and frustrated with the Dallas police. How dare you? At this point in time, until you prove me wrong, everything is a freaking political ploy. Fight wing mindset. It only matters if it happens to me and mine. Oh, you wouldn't believe. Oh. You would not believe how you hit it so much on the nail, Mickey, that people don't actually figure they live in a society where, as long as let me put it this way, that's pretty much what racism and looking at other races actually is built upon. It doesn't happen to me, so what the hell are you complaining about? pretty much what it's based off of. That's why I constantly say when people always look at why you complain about slavery that happened billions and billions of years ago and what have you, and it shouldn't affect you now. I really would like to look at them and go, who the hell are you to tell somebody what affects them or not? Are you black? And if you black, have you had any struggles? And if you haven't had any struggles, again, why am I listening to you? Because there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of black individuals who have been affected. There are few who have not. The few is not going to erase the majority of the means of the many. If it didn't affect you, congratulations. You are the few lucky ones. And I do really mean lucky ones. Your pull up by the bootstraps actually stuck. That's not for everybody. He even ignored his wife. It was all about him. The best case scenario that came out of that, and by the way, Susan, is that a real shocker? We have Ted Cruz, who has no problem whatsoever at using his family to protect himself. Conservative of any color who really wants to conserve is all fine. You're right. Yeah, I don't have a problem with fiscal responsibility. I honestly don't have an issue with fiscal responsibility. What I have an issue with is you deciding what fiscal responsibility means. I would love for this country not to be in debt to absolutely to no one. Zero, nada. I really do. But what I'm not going to agree with is, well, if we give to the military, that's fine. If we cut taxes for the rich and we're going to have to eat up the situation, that's fine. We're going to give to the people. Oh, no, that's too much money. No, you're going to. They always like to do the debt to the children. You're going to give the debt to the children. You're going to give the debt to the grandchildren. You're going to give the debt to the great-great-great-grandchildren and everything. Yeah, it's no. Let me get rid of two because somebody went back to the Travis story. I want to get through this real quick. I have to wonder if how much of it he spoke it out against the cops in Dallas when they were beating or killing. None. And I don't have to look it up. I guarantee you, none. Yeah. They just got another trillion. Trillion. You give to the people, it's going to burn the country down. You give to the military, who's, by the way, let's put this in concept. By the way, who's not even in war. We're not fighting a war anymore. He looks as mad as Ted Cruz calling his wife ugly, and now he's looking his behind. Too easy, Tracy. Too easy. Let's go back to the Tracy story. So let's go back. Travis could have known people were passing out, but not the severity of it. His handlers could have easily informed them, hey, a few kids are passing out because drugs or heat stroke. We should wait. Yeah, and I I totally agree. And that was one of the questions that I threw to Nikki. You know what? I'm so used to this. Seeing y'all league. I really think I should know what that first word is. Saiyan? Saiyan League. Saiyan. Saiyan Lee, I agree with you, and you may have come in at the last second, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying. The concept of the two things was that Travis could have stopped the concert and said, I'm not going to finish the concert until everybody I feel is okay. Everybody is great. Everybody is okay. We don't know how the promoters would have taken it because the promoters could have came back and said, hey, you didn't finish the concert. That was our agreement. You are in breach of our agreement. So my question to Mickey was, you could have said, I'm not going to sing another doggone note until everybody's taken care of. My question was, to what extent? How long would you have stopped? Would you have taken another hour? Would you have taken another 2 hours? Just throwing it out there. There's a reason why they changed the name from War Department of Defense. Of course, people are much happier to have defense rather than war. People are mindset of thinking, and by the way, this is also the trick. Everybody that's new to this, I always try to tell you what the trick of the government is, and I'm not hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying Democrat, Republican, Independent, Progressive. I say the government. Anybody who I always tell you the trick of how these work, and the trick is they know damn well if anybody says anything about giving money to the military, they always going to come back and go, so what you're saying, you don't want the military to have money? You don't like the military to have money? You don't like to be protected by the military? They already have a built-in safety net for those arguments. The issue is, it's funny to me that when the military was actually talking down to the Republicans saying that you sound like an idiot, that you don't want to do critical race theories, when we've been doing critical race theories all this other time, at one point y'all came out and said defund the military. I'm not that person. I don't forget Jack. This is about every country's military is burning the world up with carbon emissions. And we're paying for it. I'm gonna light my cigar while that rambles through for a second there. Excuse me. We're paying for it. Billions, trillions. We're paying for it. God forbid that you want to have 2 years of community college, so we can be smarter than the next country beside us, so the community can protect themselves among being under the military. No, that makes too much sense. Also, especially bright lights are shining directly on the performer. He may not have been able to see them. Well, I did show the video where he did stop the video. Woo! Stop the concert in the middle, Mickey. He did stop in the middle going, hey, somebody's passed out here. So he was able to see something. And what the guys were saying at the beginning was the issue that they was having was that he did stop a couple of times during the concert going, hey, you need to help these people. Hey, you need to help these people. Hey, you need to do this over here. Hey, you need to do that. I think what their issue is, and what a lot of people's issue is, was they were saying that he was stopped for a few minutes for the people that he was able to see. And when he felt like everything was comfortable, and that's speculative. I'm trying to be nice and say, hey, he said go help them. They was helped. But the bottom line was that he literally did not stop the concert, period. He temporarily stopped it periodically from time to time. He did not stop it completely. He did not stop it for an extended period of time to say, hey, y'all need to go do something. He stopped it periodically. The situation may or may not have been taken care of. Again, I wasn't there. I'm just speculating, just throwing the stuff out there. And was saying, and will continue the concert. And that's an issue that some people are having. That you will stop it enough times to, if we're going hindsight and we're thinking the way we're thinking, which we shouldn't. But it's the equivalent of saying, hey, I see something wrong in my visual right here. I see what's going on that's wrong right here. I can't see past over here. I can't see nothing over here. I can't see nothing going on behind me. I see what's in my path of vision of what's going on. So I'm going to stop what I'm doing to take care of what's going on in my path of vision. And once I feel like that path of vision, that issue in my path of vision has been taken care of, that I'm going to continue with the actions that I did that stopped me to begin with. And what people are saying is his path of vision did not extend any further than what he was able to see. Thus, if he thought this was an isolated incident, and that isolated incident was corrected, I can continue. Now, you can hold that argument. You really can hold that argument that his path of vision of what happened has been taken care of. The actions that stopped him from continuing the concert has been corrected. But people are saying visually from other sides, they're a freaking chaos. Why did you not stop? That is speculative at best until more information comes out. Everything that I just said is speculative. In cranky old lady mode now, freaking mosh pit, people think they're supposed to. Yeah, mosh pit people actually do that crap on purpose, though. Like, I'm just not gonna go to a concert and beat my own ass. I'm not letting you beat my ass either for music. All right, let's move on to the Audrey Auburn case that's going on. I have something to say after this, so stay tuned.
Hold on, not courtroom drama in the murder trial for Ahmaud Arbery, and not the defense trying to get a mistrial on semantics. Baby, well, y'all know I just did a video. The prosecution took an good old hour, 30 minutes to do the opening statement, and the defense decided that they wanted to ask the judge for a mistrial because of something that she said. Not only did they ask that, there was another request, and keep in mind that there are 3 defense attorneys representing each one of the defendants at this time, but one of the defense attorneys actually asked that the prosecution not be allowed to get a 3-hour close since they did such a long opening and quote unquote had so much closing in the opening. Now let's get into what the judge said. I think the judge made the right call. The judge said, no, man, Pam, we're not going to do no mistrial because the lady didn't even do what y'all saying she did. What the defense was alleging is that the prosecution broke an agreement between the two of them and not talk about the case being stalled. Now, if you remember back when we found out that Ahmaud had been killed, there had already been so much time that the McMichelsons had not been prosecuted nor the proper investigations being done. And Sister Girl, who was supposed to do them, she under investigation herself. I want to say even indictment. I'm gonna have to go back and Google. Anyway, the prosecution brought up the fact that the trial or that the case had stalled, and she really moved on. That is what they're hanging their mistrial argument on, the fact that she even lightly brought it up. Well, the prosecution came back and was like, well, I was only bringing it up to make a transition because we all know that it's stalled. Like, that's public knowledge. I didn't break any agreement because I really didn't talk about the efforts of the stallation or what people did or did not do. I didn't even reference who had control of the case at the time. I just merely said that it stalled. Maybe what the judge said, no, man, Pam, we're going to keep moving. We're not doing no mistrial just based on that. Nor are we going to go into these semantics of, you know, an opening statement and should she or should she not get a closing statement at the length of time she's requested. I say that defense attorney going to throw everything at the wall just to see what sticks, huh? Don't seems to be working.
So, dude was talking really quick, so I'm going to try to break it down. Well, the situation was that the district attorney during the Audrey Auburn case was stalling the case against the guys that killed him. So the case was turned over to that district attorney. I can't remember her name. Tracy, I know you're in here and I know you can find her name. The district attorney the guy was correct. She's indicted. What happened? I mean, she has been arrested at the very least. She has been jailed. I mean, we're waiting on that. But what they are saying is their agreement was no information on the stalling of that case. Okay, let me wind back. When the father-son killed Auburn, the case went to that district attorney at that time. The district attorney at that time sat on it. Didn't find no big deal to move forward any faster than anything. Just whatever and everything else. I do believe at some point she actually was about to drop it. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. No big deal. Nothing to see here. So the case went to a different district attorney, and the district attorney did take up the case. Hey, this is wrong. We're going to trial, blah, blah, blah. We're at modern day right now. The understanding between the prosecutor, and the defense was that the delay was not to be brought up. And what the prosecution is saying is, I brought up a situation so I can switch to something else. In other words, it was a linchpin to a different subject. The defense is saying, oh, no, you brought it up, period. Mistrial. And then the judge was like, yeah, no. Pretty much, I will put it to you this way. Pretty much just look at this case as going to be sort of like the George Floyd case, where they're just going to throw everything at the wall. They're going to throw as much ish at the wall as they can possibly can and hope something stick. That's it. Be prepared for it. They're going to throw as much as they're literally trying to tell them, hey, you took an hour to do your opening statement, so we need to take some time off for your closing statement. Really? Is that a thing? Because I have been and seen some trials where that opening statement took a darn near a day. The whole day. And you're trying to take time off for the closing? Look at this case as being just like George Floyd. Be prepared for it. They're going to throw as much as they possibly can at the wall and hoping that something sticks. That's pretty much all this is going to be. And Mickey, that's exactly why I said what I said, because I knew you'd be the one that said he's talking too fast and I missed half of it. I knew it, so that's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it now. I'm really proud of myself. I got almost everything, and you too, Susan. You gotta remember TikTok is like minute type thing, so they try to say it as quick as they can and everything. So I know I just wanted to show you what was going on during the trial, and he broke it down better, fast, but better. This case is all over the news at the time. Why are there no outcries from the people there when the DA did act? These are the same people who are on the jury. Cause Mickey at the time we was living in a society where police where black murders was swept under the rug and George Floyd happened. So there was a bigger outcry than what this country is normally used to. So when this happened, the DA was prepared because of past history of just holding on to it for as long as they possibly can, and it would disappear. And we were supposed to say, oh, well, another black man died in the streets. Oh, that is so wrong. That blah, blah, blah. And then we go see what's on TV and what's our favorite sports station. Pandemic happened, world shut down. We had plenty of time to actually make a bigger deal of this than they was prepared for it to be. And she got caught up in it. So that's why. And those are the same people who are on the jury. Probably. Yeah, probably the best analyst I've ever seen so far. Yeah, if he slows it down a little bit, but like I said, it's TikTok, so I'm not gonna mess with him. He really does break it down really well. He really does. See, black man, go black man, stop, block him, get out of the truck with the gun, confront with gun, murder. How is that not premeditated? Because their argument is going to be he grabbed for the gun. Never said it makes a gun, so that's self-defense that they shot him. We have to wipe out the fact that it's his gun that's pointed at him, so that's why he grabbed the gun, so you can move the freaking gun away from him after chase him down the street simply because he's jogging, simply because you have no reason whatsoever to think that he's suspicious other than being a black man that's running through your neighborhood. That you had a rash of burglary reports in your neighborhood, even though we have already gone back and looked and realized that either the year that you have been in the neighborhood, there's only been one report of a robbery, of which that person who robbed was caught. Other than that, Mickey, it was self-defense. I was sick all week long, by the way, but I can't ignore these things no more. So now we're gonna have some fun. Mickey, Susan, this is a reading situation. I'm gonna read it again. I probably played it a couple of times. I just thought it was real funny and it actually made sense. So the message said, fuck giving you a week's notice. You should have known a week ago that I was going to quit. Minor point here. Let's say that Audrey did steal something, still didn't make this killer's judge jury the execution. I agree. I agree. And let's push it even more. What could you have possibly stole out of a construction site that justify murdering? Tools? Did he steal enough tools that justifies killing him? Wood? What could he have stolen that would justify killing him? Just saying. One more time. You should have known I was going to quit a week ago. Anyway, let's move on. The last two is funny. I thought about the ladies on here. I know I'm going to get about 15, 16 comments. So let's just get it over with.
Not coming outside no more. Let me tell y'all why. I'm going in the UPS store. I have a box in my hand. The man that walked in before me saw me with the box. He opened the door for me. Nice gesture. Thank you, sir. I walked in, finished what I got to do. And then I'm walking outside. He said, excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm like, what's up? He like, do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no. He said, because I just want to ask you a question. And I'm like, okay, what's up? He said, did you fart because you blowing me away? I'm not going outside no more. I'm not.
I'm just waiting for the comments to come because I know they're coming. They're coming. And they're coming in bunches. The video about the weak nose was good. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Every time Mama says for the ladies, this is for the ladies. I know it was coming. I know. Ladies, there's still some Corey A guys out there. Perfect example of why I take matters into my own hand. Yeah. Well, he shot his shot. That's all I can that's all I got, honestly. To be honest with you, that's literally all I got. He shot his shot. Was it corny? Yeah. She ain't lying. Tracy, I knew you wasn't. Yeah. I knew that. Replay, please. I sure will, Nate. And welcome, Nate A. Appreciate it. While everybody's here, don't forget to hit that like button. Y'all here. You enjoyed this. Then like me. Get to hit that like button. Oh boy, I felt that. Again, I was prepared for it. I saw it coming. I knew it was gonna blow up everything. Look, Nate A wanted me to do it again. Nate A asked for this, not me. This is not my idea. So hit that like button before you get mad at me.
Not coming outside no more. Let me tell y'all why. I'm going in the UPS store. I have a box in my hand. The man that walked in before me saw me with the box. He opened the door for me. Nice gesture. Thank you, sir. I walked in, finished what I got to do. And then I'm walking outside. He said, excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm like, what's up? He like, do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no. He said, because I just want to ask you a question. And I'm like, okay, what's up? He said, did you fart because you blowing me away? I'm not going outside no more. I'm
Oh, by the way, let me make this perfectly clear. Y'all come a little closer. Let me make this perfectly clear. The next video after this is no better. The last video of the night is absolutely no better. Y'all flooded my comment on just that, whatever that was. So imagine what the next video is going to be about. I'll take the abuse if it gets me to the truth. I really wish that rhymed, but it doesn't. But you know what I mean. I just died 3 times. Hey, you know what? Hey, all I can say this is tell your husband. Well, I guess I gotta tell your husband, please do not use that lie since that's your husband. But any guy that sees this video afterwards, now, later, whatever, no, don't use that. Doesn't work at all. Bite my tongue, because if I say what I'm thinking, it will make all of it. Mickey, I'm not Tracy. You got us confused. I'm not Tracy. Tracy is the one that watch your mouth, watch what you say, no cussing. I don't want to know about your sexual life and everything else and blah blah blah. That's Tracy. That ain't me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Please don't come on here telling me about every sexual escapade that you ever had. I honestly don't want to know. Imagine if a woman saw that. Why? Well, it ain't gonna make a difference. It happened to a woman. That was just corny. It was just so corny. It was really bad. I mean, it was really, really bad. All right. Last video. We're going to get into it. Again, about 50,000 comments, because I know who's in the audience. I know how it is. Oh, wait a minute. Nigga done came back. Okay, you asked for it. That man made me sorry that I had my big dog. I got nothing to do with it. I didn't say it. Knock yourself out. Go get a bigger dog that's not neutered. Last video of the night. Yes, again, I'm ready for a whole bunch of comments that's going to come in. So, yeah, I got plenty to drink. Yeah, I got plenty of cigar. Just get it over with.
Things women do that make no sense to me.
I have a few questions I would like to ask on behalf of all guys, respectfully, of course. Why do you pluck your eyebrows just to draw them back on? Help me understand, because like in my mind, I'm not about to buy an Xbox just to return it so I can buy another Xbox. Next question. Why is it that you don't remember where your hair tie is, the one you just had in your hand 30 seconds prior, but you remember something that we did that pissed you off 4 Thursdays ago at 4:17 p.m.? Next question. Why is girl math a thing? For the guys that don't understand, let me... Stand by. Welcome to Girl Math 101. Emily and Jacob are in love. Emily calls Jacob on the phone to see when he's coming home. Jacob says 10 minutes, but it actually takes him 12. So when you're showing your work, this is what the equation will look like. Jacob plus 2 minutes late equals cheating with another bitch. Got a lot more questions and a lot less time, so check back tomorrow. And ladies, we are all anxiously awaiting your responses.
Wow. By the way, I agree with every doggone thing that he says. Because I lived it. I've lived it. Y'all think Foxy is nice. She is. She is the love of my life. But if you don't think that last part was you 2 minutes late, or you ain't answering your phone on the 3rd ring, or what, y'all are delusional. Yep, she sure was. Why are you late coming home from work? Why are you late going to work? I don't even know what that hell they got to do with anything. Why are you late going to lunch? Why are you late coming from lunch? Why are you going to lunch so early? Why are you going to lunch so late? I mean, all of this over the years have died down, but I'm not lying. These were questions. Yep. Tracy, those are legitimate questions. They are legitimate questions, and you know it. Don't act like that. Those are legitimate questions. Clueless? I have no idea what that means, Susan. Some men look out from under an unmowed line. Yeah. I did always have that question though, and I have actually have a follow-up question. When you do pluck your eyebrows and you do pencil them in, at some point, do you realize you're not very good at penciling them in, and thus you should not pencil them in anymore? Because you always look like you're surprised, or you're asking a question, or you're always pissed off or something. It's not a woman thing, so to speak. It's more like you're not talented enough to do that, so maybe you should get a professional to do it thing. I remember him. Andy Rooney. Yep. How come it always seemed like, yeah, I remember Andy. I miss Andy. Andy was funny. My nephew asked my brother's friend one time why she doesn't draw her eyebrows on. He'll be 10 and it, Nene, it's a habit now. I mean, it's a part of culture. Well, I can't even say culture. It's a thing now. Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? It really is a thing now. All I'm saying is, please have the talent to do so. If you don't have the talent to do it, can you please find somebody else to do it? Not everybody can draw eyebrows. Not a bash. Just please don't ever do it yourself ever again. And men get to hear what women are really thinking about them. Sometimes they will shrivel up to nothing. Women have changed, y'all. We act like that and so again, I'm married to Foxy, so everything that you saying, Susie, I have heard. Susan, sorry. Everything you saying, Susan, I have heard. Please do not think. Please do not let the smooth taste fool you. I have heard everything that you're saying, or about to say, or anything in that realm. Please do not let the smooth taste fool you. Never pluck my eyebrows. I know, Tracy. I mean, I don't know. I just would assume. So, tell us, Canon Susan, why shouldn't we do whatever we want with our eyebrows? Knock yourself out. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that if you're not particularly good at drawing them in, and by the way, when I even say something like this, it's more of a jokey joke, sort of like, hey, you look like you're asking a question, or hey, you look like you're pissed off, or something like that, and everything else. That's the joke. Hey, you look like you have an expression on your face. It ain't never gonna be a part where I get to say to any woman what you can and can't do with your body. Also, just to put a fine point on it, ain't no man have the right to tell you what you can and can't do with your body. Or let me go a little further and go, the man has no right to go, the reason I feel the way I feel about you is because what you did with your body. I have a video on that too, but I tried to be a little more lighthearted, but just trust me, there was a guy who just totally pissed me off with his video. I'm not going to share it right now because I'm still sick and I'm not going to share it. But trust me, Susan, he really irked the daylights out of me. He really thought it was fine because of what women wear, how they act, and everything else. Basically, what he was trying to say, without actually saying it, was the reason men act the way they act is because the way the women act the way they act. And if the women act a certain way, men would not act a certain way. You sound like a freaking idiot, dude. I had to pluck mine most of my life, but there was plenty left, so I didn't need to pencil them in again. Can anybody explain to me when did this start anyway? I'm just not a joke. I'm really curious. When did the whole plucking your eyebrows and drawing them in start? Like the 80s or the 90s or whenever or 2000s? I'm just curious when it actually started. Anything I'm being nosy is not something that I really need to do. Next time me and Theas are on with you, I better not hear how long we keep you. I got 3 minutes, Tracy. I got 3 minutes. By the way, to make this also perfectly clear, I rebooted my router just to make sure that it never crashed. And obviously I didn't crash, which means I literally have to go to reboot my router to stay online. That's crazy as crap. Plucking your eyebrows take way too much time as far as I'm concerned. BMI unibrow. Do you? At a certain point where you never, ever, ever, ever get to the point where you start doing things periodically with your body whatsoever to be approved by somebody else. That goes for your personality too, because you're never going to satisfy everybody. So I'm pretty sure Susan's husband ain't never said a doggone thing about her to unibrow, and I'm pretty sure that if he did say something, Susan don't give a rat's a. So whatever. So yeah. These kind of men really piss me off. They're not only insulting women, they're also insulting the majority of men who do not assault women. Yeah, they try to speak for all of us. That they do what we do because of how you are. It's a freaking lie. You do what you do because you as an individual wanted to do it. It has absolutely nothing to do with women around the world. If women around the world that act because all women around the world act exactly the same. And if all the women around the world did act exactly the same, then all the men around the world would act exactly. Yeah, you know what? I'm using too much logic. Sorry, forget it. Egyptian pharaohs, really? Really? Okay. I looked that up. I knew that was the first to use lipstick. I remember that. They was the first to crunch berries and create lipstick. Oh, and we're at 2 hours on the dot. So I will do my close. So Tracy can't say jack to me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is my show for tonight. Please, while on the way out, do not forget to hit that like button. If I am your cup of tea, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. By all means, do not forget to hit that notification button. I'm up every week, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is Saturday Night Vibe with Tracy Carson and Theus Robinson. Sunday is my show, Radical Truth to Power. I thank you all. This has literally been the most people that have watched me at one time, and I appreciate it very, very much. That is a proof of concept to me, to my ego, if you will, that the channel is growing. And I appreciate it because people, me and people like me, not only the Theus Robinsons of the world, not only the Tracy Carsons of the world, is proof of concept that we just need to just constantly keep chipping away to it to get our voice out to as many people as we possibly can. This is proof of concept. And I appreciate each and every person that ever watched me, whether you agree with me or do not agree with me. It has been very cordial, and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. We got to have these couple of. I bet about everybody that's new here, I promised that I was going to read every comment. Thank you for the laugh needed the other day. Thank you, Mickey, for showing. Mickey is a very loyal person that watches this show, and I appreciate it. She also keep me in check because she's an indigenous person, and she knows doggone well that if I ever say anything wrong, she will check me. She is that type of person. I'm feeling much better, and this is the serious show. Yeah, it is. I just try not to make it completely utterly serious because we got to go into the work week next week, and I ain't gonna have nobody going into that miserable. So I try to lighten it up just a little bit, but it is a lot more serious than what the Saturday Night Vibe show is. So everybody, Mafia, again, I appreciate it. Do not forget to, you know what, just to make sure, do not forget to hit that like button on the way out. And until next time, I will see you when I see you. Peace.